What? People are going to know what to do.
Hello.
People are not going to know what to do.
Oh, by the way, Alan, I sent that link in the Zoom chat whenever we want it.
Sweet. In the Zoom chat, can you send it to me on Discord?
Sure.
Because it'll fuck up all your camera angles.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. But my copy paste hasn't been working. Hey, everyone. How you all doing? Make sure you hit the like button. Hit the subscribe
Calm
button.
down. This is just the intro banter stuff. We're not actually going yet.
Hit the like. We're killing
Banter,
it.
banter.
We're
banter,
fucking
banter.
killing it. This is the best fucking intro ever. That's why you need to hit the like button.
I'm sorry.
You
I
hear
want
that
to
silence?
apologize that Sue Metal's not in the thumbnail. That's my fault.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Who
pissed.
did
I'm
you put
pretty
in the
pissed.
thumbnail? Who's up there?
He didn't put Sue or Moa. That's what he didn't put.
Oh my god!
I put Psyche, Maya, and Asami.
I'm a fan of all three of those. I have no issues.
Or Lisa. Come on, man. Dropping the ball here.
There's only so much space.
Do you want to be able to see any of the faces?
It's supposed to be like this tiny little rectangle.
We
I
should
know,
have
it's
just made
fucking
like
weird.
a picture, like an amalgamation of one of their faces. Just take like an eye from Mayu and like
Jesus
the
Christ.
nose from
That would have taken me
Sue.
like 2 days.
I didn't say it had to look good, man. We could have just thrown that shit together right now. Monster.
I'm sure that they would all love that.
Yeah. There we go. Look at we got a countdown. I didn't hear the music this time. That's scary.
That's usually I don't usually.
It's right at the end of it.
Hey,
Just at the end of it.
guys, we're fucking exactly on time.
That's amazing. Actually, we're a minute early.
Yeah, it says 10:59
No.
over here.
You know what? Fuck you. Okay, back to the intro.
Yeah, let's take a break, guys.
Right,
We'll be back
right back,
in
guys.
Music.
We'll be right back. Yeah, we'll be right back.
What?
Um,
Are we taking a break? Is it time to pee?
yeah, it's time to pee. You got 30 seconds. Sorry, guys.
I guess I'm just going right
I
here.
really held it out today.
Just chair with
All
like a
right,
mesh.
now
seat
we're on
and just-
time. We are perfectly on time today, guys. My name is Alan, guys.
My name is Ryan, guys.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, spell it for us.
Gize. I'm Wave.
Guys. They are the guys' brothers.
We're all brothers.
I am Champ.
Hey,
Champ
champ.
guys.
Guys with a Z. He's the oddball out.
Oh, dang it.
Geiyzz. That's how you
This-
spell
Why didn't we think of that when we were branding the podcast?
it. The guys.
Guys.
Because we don't
Guys.
think.
Dang it.
This is the Gaijin Guys podcast where we talk about Japanese music and other music related stuff, you know? Sit here and bullshit and all that good stuff.
Sometimes not
And
really.
sometimes not really. Sometimes Ryan looks at us with concern and wonders for our well being.
Sometimes, usually it's just contempt. And
Had a few of those
move
moments.
the fuck on. No.
Concern is giving us a little too much credit. I think you moved
Show us your
way
thing
past
today?
that.
Yeah, you're going to show us our thing today?
Okay, so
If you're good,
behave yourselves.
Guys, if you're good,
Champ's
Ryan
leaving.
will show you his thing. Hey, if you're on YouTube, hit the like button.
All right. How's everyone doing?
And also, if you want to support us further, check out our memberships. What do they get, champ, with the memberships and Patreon and all that good stuff?
Ooh, they
Before
get
we
some
get
cool
into
stuff.
the truth about female-fronted bands or female bands.
And it's a hard truth. Let me say that. No opinions, all
Right.
facts, right?
Very hard.
guy fronted band.
It's a hard.
Uh,
It's hard.
Over at our YouTube channel, if you get a membership, there are 2 different levels also. But on the first level, you get access to our what are they called? Emojis, I believe, animojis, something, whatever you can use in the chat room. I don't know what you call those things, but the pretty little.
there you go.
things
Paul just
of our
demonstrated in our
face.
YouTube chat.
Yeah, there you go. You
Oh.
can see that.
You
Our
get
faces.
access to our
access.
Do you want to play with their faces? That's the question.
I can't even use them. That's kind of
Hey,
Well, are you a member?
the point.
bruh? Come on.
Yeah,
man.
become
I'm
a
the
member.
fucking guy on the thing.
They're all locked.
He's
You
the
can't
guy
play with your
on the
face,
thing.
man. No.
He's the guy on the thing, guys.
That face is for everyone else, not for you, Ryan.
I have to like pay for this.
If you want,
Yeah.
if you want access to our face, join our membership.
Sold your soul to the live chat.
Yeah.
And then if you jump up to the next tier above, then you also get the extended podcast, which we continue to talk for on this podcast for a couple more minutes afterwards. Sometimes much longer than that. Also, depending on what's going on, as well as anything else on the YouTube membership, or should I just move on? To the
Yeah,
Patreon?
I mean, there's some cool things on the YouTube membership, like Anastasia Luna grilling us.
Oh, right, the critiquing of the vocal stylings last time.
We talked about Glenn Spanky, I think, for the last one. Yeah.
Right, the extended memberships. Yeah, so over on the Patreon, we also have polls where you vote in the polls, and we'll put up reactions for the winners of those polls, and then we talk about how we felt about those songs on the extended podcast. So it all kind of comes together. It all comes full circle, works hand in hand.
Yep.
We like
Yes,
to
it
spread
is.
those reactions out over multiple weeks so you don't, get burned out too quick.
Yeah.
It's a process that we hope you
Yeah.
appreciate and enjoy.
Exactly.
Completely intentionally.
Have you guys ever heard of delayed gratification? That is what we aim to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's funny. I was just working on an original song called
Isn't that
Instant
called
Gratification.
Wait, Jesus, Wave.
You're the good one. I mean it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Move
lie.
on.
Done.
Of all the people in this conversation, Wave was the last person I expected to say that right there.
I was expecting someone, but just not Wade.
I thought someone would say it. I thought maybe Alan, and then we get a phrasing from Ryan, but no, it was just Wave. Straight
Just
up.
Wave.
Straight up
most-
phrasing.
Wave is
Ambiguous
in
word I could think of.
Wave. You look like you're in like lobster form right now. Super red.
We shot a really long wedding yesterday, and I was in the sun all day, wearing sunglasses. So like it's white around my eyes, and everything else is red.
Turn down the saturation and even it out.
Yeah, we have filters nowadays. You can,
did.
you can look like however you want.
Yeah, it's already
Shit,
like
unfiltered.
at 85% saturation.
You look like you have the saturation all the way up. It's hilarious.
Does Zoom actually have saturation? Where the heck did Zoom go?
Oh yeah.
Where did Zoom go?
Where does Zoom go?
I lost my window. Okay.
All right.
Zoom and a boom boom.
So this topic, the main topic, the truth about female fronted bands, or you could say female bands. It was inspired by another video. It was interesting to get your guys' take on it. And also, we have a little clip from Rosie and her take on it from a woman's perspective. So, well, we'll start with you, Ryan. What do you think?
Let's see. There was a time where that was a rare thing. So if someone was there's a female fronted band, a female singer, it's like, wow, for a girl, she could really sing. And as cringy as that is to admit, it was a thing.
Pretty cringe, yeah.
But especially with metal bands, and now I think it's just kind of a non-issue. There's so many that are so incredibly good that when I started, reacting to the bands I react to, which is for the most part mostly female fronted bands, I just quickly realized that that distinction isn't necessary. It's just a great band, no matter who's in it. There's no reason to make that difference. And so I just started referring to them as great singers and great bands.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my take on it, man.
I gotta agree with you, Ryan. I've accidentally fall in that, and because it can be a whole marketing thing, so it's hard to like stay away from that, because it does work, unfortunately, and I guess you are contributing to that whole like thing, if you do keep mentioning it and to keep doing it and putting it out there, right?
Yeah, if you mention looks, oh, they're really hot, or that singers, I try and not do that. I consciously made a decision, like I'm not going to talk about what they look like, regardless of if they're obviously trying to put that out there or not. I'm just going to focus on how the music is, how they perform, and so I just try not to bring it up.
Or I just talk about the guys the same way.
Yeah.
Dang.
Really,
I sexualize everybody.
buying-
Especially
Sexualize
Versailles.
I was hitting on all the dudes from Leprous the entire time. I made it even.
I mean, I guess that's fair if you treat
Yeah.
everybody equally.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever watched any of my K-pop reactions? I want to have sex with everybody I've ever seen in those.
What an honor.
That's very fuck yeah, dude, right on. They are all beautiful people.
Oh man. Oh, we reacted to another Twice song, by the way, champ.
Twice. Oh, okay. I would not have seen that coming. Of all the groups, that probably would have been the last one I would have said, hey, you guys should check out Twice.
Yeah.
Did you have any thoughts on it?
I liked one song. The second song was not that great. It was not that great.
That's as poppy as pop gets. Twice is pop, like Disney. Pop.
Frank appreciates the visuals, like he says.
All right, Rosie.
I think we all do.
All right. What do you think, Wade? What's your take on it?
Man, this is I guess a lot of my thoughts are in my discussion with Rosie, because the clip I sent you is basically I'm interviewing her about her thoughts on the video. But like, I definitely, I think it's a touchy situation. Either way, there's going to be people you're pissing off for not doing something and people you're pissing off for doing something, But I mean, I think it's definitely a personal taste thing. There is a difference between female, like the sound of a female vocal and the sound of a male vocal, like generally speaking. So if you have that personal taste and preference for a female voice, or, for a certain mood, it's kind of more comforting to me personally to hear a female singer.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't think you can deny there is somewhat of a sonic difference there that can be based on personal taste. But I think it was a good point. Like I think everything should have equal opportunity and respect. We're all players on the same team.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think a lot of it will be covered in my discussion with Rosie. So let's move on to you guys.
Okay. Go ahead, champ.
I think that there's a lot of layers to this question, and I think it's kind of like perception, like how you personally view it is how you're going to take it home with you. For me, it's like I look at it in a very marketing sort of advertising way, and at the end of the day, sex sells, and it's not like most of these
on both
bands,
sides too.
yes,
men and
everything.
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like, how many? Listen, I'm coming from both the K-pop world and the J-rock world. You see all the guys fawning over all the beautiful Japanese girls, and vice versa, right?
That's why we have Ryan Muir here.
Exactly. He makes us look beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
But I think that, like, legitimately, like if we're being honest about this, right? Like, if we're really being honest about this, okay? And this is a question I'm gonna put to you guys. I don't need an answer. This is a hypothetical question, okay? But if all of those girls that we saw in, like, let's say Love Bites or Band-Maid or whatever were, like, not attractive at all, right? Like, just did not look good, would there be as much of an appeal to step in that door for the first time to listen to those bands?
If
I
somebody,
got a quick answer for you. Probably not. But if there's all the guy bands I like, if they were like hideous for me to look at, my objective opinion, I probably wouldn't want to watch them either.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
So yeah, there's a visual aspect to it. I'm not denying that.
No. And I don't think it's necessarily completely gender specific. What you just said, I think people like to look at attractive things, attractive people, attractive anything, painting, whatever it is that appeals to you. So I think that seeing an all girl and have like all of them be attractive and then rip out the guitar and shred and everything, it's just like you're hitting all the notes for a lot of people, especially on that first initial discovery of that. Maybe after the first time, maybe that's just what gets you in the door, and then after that you never even think about it again. You know what I mean? It could be as simple as that.
Yeah, it's true.
So, but I do think that, of course, there's an appeal to attractive people being there. And I think that a lot of guys typically listen to rock and metal more than women historically. And therefore it just makes sense that, you know, seeing a hot girl doing metal is going to appeal to a large segment of our people. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it. But there's so many more layers that go beyond it too. I'm just being very shallow about what I'm saying.
What about you, Alan?
I was just gonna say to that, like, if somebody sent me the music, just Band-Maid's music, and I didn't see them, because most of the time I go by the music, because it's just like with these K-pop bands, I just can't get into it. I don't care how attractive they are. Like, I just don't like the music sometimes. I just can't. And actually, it makes me look at the people sideways. I don't know. Like, I'm just like, the music sucks, and they're trying really hard to grab dudes' attention. You know what I mean? So if you sent me just the music and I never saw them, I would listen to it. I still would listen to it.
Same.
Because I loved, like, if somebody sent me Unseen World, I would have loved it. If without seeing them, and if I saw them afterwards, and they were like some ugly dudes, I'd be like, "What?" Well, the music's
well, it'd be
the
really
music's
confusing by the
good.
vocals. Wow.
Yeah, I'd be really confused with vocals. But honestly, my favorite singing is when there's guys and girls singing together in a band. That's my favorite.
It's pretty rare too.
That's why I like Maximum Hormones so much. I love the contrast because all four of them are unique singers in their own right. And to me, that's awesome. But that's also because I like variety. Like, I don't.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I don't like hearing the same vocals. It's like, you know, that's one of the reasons why I like some of the old school bands, because every single member sung back then, where like I felt like as time went on, it was less of that. It was more of just one person singing. And it's cool to see, like, in Japan, like, they're going to all of them. Like Soka Ninaro, you got the guy singing, the girl singing, you know, here and there. So, like, that's cool
awesome.
to me.
I love that.
And then now the drummer's singing. I love it when all the band's singing. That's one of the reasons why I started learning vocals, is because, like,
guitar spin, baby.
need to do it. And Gaijin spin, all that stuff. So I personally like both. To me, it's awesome. Like, with even with like Band-Maid, I hope all of them step up and start doing more vocals.
And they do all sort of. They all sort of do vocals,
but
like not in
but
Band-Maid
lean
so
into
much.
their style, because I feel like they kind of all match each other's style. Which that's what happens when you're first starting to sing out. I remember I was singing with a buddy of mine, Louis, when I was first learning, and I noticed I kept matching his tone. I kept sounding exactly like him because you don't know your sound yet, so you're kind of doing that. I'm not saying that with Miku. Miku and Psyche are very different, but with Akane and. Yeah, so
they used to sound very similar.
They used to, yeah, exactly. But as they grew, they sound different parts. Yeah. So, but that's something you got to figure out in the beginning or whatnot. But that would be my take on it. Well, I forgot about the original question, but I was answering Champ's question.
It's like the distinction of saying, "Well, this is a female-fronted band, or they're all women." It's like,
yeah. Oh, like I was saying, I've definitely been guilty of saying that, you know, because it does pulls in people, right? And, you know, you're trying to do something successful with channel and getting music out, and it does work, unfortunately. But it's like, oh, when do you stop doing that? You should stop doing that. You should focus more on the music. So I've definitely fucked up and been guilty of that plenty of times.
I feel like I don't want to think that that's necessarily that bad of a thing, though, because they're utilizing that for this purpose, right? Like, it's not just us that as the consumers that are looking at it going, oh, they're hot, therefore I'm wrong for thinking that they're hot, or that for focusing on how hot they are.
That's why I cross-dressed. I mean, that's exactly why I cross-dressed. I mean, like, what would have been more interesting, me playing Band-Maid, like dudes just playing it, or us fucking dressing like maids? I mean, I don't know.
When you got a band like Unlucky Morpheus, and it's another big one, where they're obviously there's a look they're really going for. They want to look beautiful. They're not doing it by accident. You know, that's part of, you know, why they're doing it, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I ignore it. There's been times where I've been watching videos. I'm like, man, I wish like they're trying too hard to look absolutely as stunning as they can, and like detracts from the music. But
it shouldn't be the focus. It shouldn't be the main focus, right? Like, it can be a part of the sales pitch. It can be a part of the advertising, and there are people that are just beautiful and good at music also, where it's like it has nothing to do with advertising, and they just happen to be super hot and super talented at the same time.
There's some music that the appeal is the whole look of it, like the gothic kind of metal, symphonic metal stuff. Part of the appeal to some of these people has to be the look, and they love that look. So to the fucking nines, dude.
And I think that there's also
appreciating beauty.
No, of course not. No. And I think there's also like the element that the other side of it, where it's like, there's also going to be bands full of beautiful people where the bands suck, and we're not going to listen to them. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's going to have the exact. At the end of the day, if the music is not
American
good,
radio.
There's a J-pop. There's a J-pop group we checked out recently. Yeah, that.
It's happened to us all before, I'm sure, where you see a bunch of beautiful people, but they suck, and you know it is what it is. You're not going to keep listening to it just because they're beautiful. So just because it might open a door or add some sort of, we got to also keep in mind there's been this pattern for decades, if not centuries, of male bands being the prominent featured style of band out there. So just breaking that pattern and seeing something new and refreshing, it can be just appealing to people, especially right off the bat. Like I said, a lot of my argument comes from just that opening of the door.
It's a bonus. It's like
getting
a bonus.
people in there. Yeah, it's just like, hey, by the way, come check us out. In case you weren't gonna before, look how hot we are also. And then, we're awesome too. Yeah,
By
exactly.
the way, we'll melt your fucking face.
Yeah.
Can we shout out these new moist GGs?
I'm sorry, guys. The chat wasn't working, so I started popping you guys up afterwards. I do appreciate everyone that just joined the membership.
Yes.
We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Keith Makaluku. Hope I'm saying that right. And Edward.
Thank you so much. All right, let's check out this interview with Rosie. Get her perspective on everything with us. And
so we just watched that video talking about the problem with female-fronted bands.
Right.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I have a lot of thoughts, and I still haven't finished my first cup of coffee. But, I mean, I don't want to bash this guy because he had some valid points. He sure was talking a lot for the lady.
she's referring to, the one and only fetishizer Finn McKenzie. So that's what inspired this talk a little bit.
When I was like, are you a woman? But when he talks about how, like, women in female-fronted bands, like, people talk about their appearance, and they're like, wow, she hasn't aged in 20 years and stuff like that, and how that's messed up and that shouldn't happen.
How it should be no part of the equation at all.
Yeah. Well, I would like to say that most women in our culture,
you and your friends personally, we can't speak for all women.
Right.
So
I would say that girls that are in the female-fronted bands most likely care about their appearance, and they care about their costume production, and they care about the certain look that they're putting out to the world, and they want to...
Well, don't speak for them. Speak for yourself.
It's so hard to speak for me.
God damn, Wave. Jesus.
Jesus, let her talk.
I'm Christ. She has a really good point. I mean, Anastasia and I have talked about this. She's a woman, female singer that really is about making sure the look is a certain way and being more specific. Singer I'm working with now, Christina, same thing. They do care about that a lot. So,
sorry again. This was before coffee.
Okay.
We can excuse a lot of things for lack of coffee.
We're giving you shit.
I'd be
I'll
hot.
take it.
And I work out really hard, and I do my hair and makeup and stuff, and I like to be complimented and to be shown attention for looks. So I feel like I don't know where he was going with that, because I'm sure most other girls are feeling the same way.
Do you feel like the more effort someone has put into their appearance, the more they care about their appearance?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And obviously, a lot of these bands we watch put a ton of effort into their appearance. So
Right.
They probably want to hear people talk about how much they enjoy their outfit,
Like,
even if it's about their appearance.
Band-Maid has the maid costume thing for a reason. They don't want you to ignore it, I really doubt.
Well, yeah, they put a lot of work into designing them and stuff.
So, I don't know. I think it sets you apart, the different ways that you dress and the different costumes that you choose and stuff like that. So to ignore that aspect of your band would be kind of lame. Like, then what sets you apart?
Yeah.
At least physically.
Also, what were your thoughts on basically saying there's no difference between male-fronted and female-fronted music audibly?
Well, that doesn't make any sense because, like, listening to this video of me and you, I feel like it's pretty obvious
Yeah.
that my gender is female and yours is male.
Yeah, again, we can't speak for everybody, you know, to each their own, but just our personal...
Yeah, I feel like there's a personal preference. Like, some days I really am into a guy singing, and other days I like to hear a girl's voice.
Yeah.
But there's a huge difference. And he said there was none. Like, no difference.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta appreciate, and I completely agree, it can easily be that way. Like, you know, we want complete equality, we want equal opportunity.
I just gotta say, the mix of this interview, man, fuck.
It was on my phone.
Fuck, man, use the microphone, damn it.
We're supposed to give you shit about that, not yourself.
Everything for everyone, but there's no denying there are like certain differences. Like he brought up Tatiana from Ginger and how she has a deeper voice than Anthony Green from Circus Survive. And like that might be true pitch wise, but when she's singing you can tell she's a woman. When he's singing you can tell he's a man. Like there is an impact on personal preference and the sound of the music. And again, not for everyone, because there's some people I thought were, you know, like Leo Sayer, I thought was a woman at first. But, like, you know, it doesn't really matter that much who it is, but it does influence personal taste, I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know. And what about the special little boxes comment? Like, basically separating women's music into another box from men's music.
Honestly, I feel like it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation because I can see it on both sides. Personally, I don't think there's a problem with having like female fronted band videos and lists and stuff like that, top 10 and all that jazz, because it probably does help them with their publicity and it helps them, I don't know, become listened to more.
It tells people who do enjoy female fronted music, like, hey, check this out, you might like it.
At the same time, like, yeah, it's not a big deal to have them on their own lists and on their own videos or to have them mixed together. Like, they're all the same genre, so I don't see what the big deal is. Personally,
we're all part of the same team, but we all have our own strengths.
We're all part of this big old team called life.
Yeah, as a married, you know, couple, we talk about that all the time, how we have different strengths.
We do.
Yeah, you know?
Right.
And so
I don't think she believes you.
It's the same in the music community.
Play along with the bit. Come on, Rose.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Boobs.
I just want to mention something about the appearance. That was awesome. I actually really agree with Rosie about this because I'm definitely a person that cares about appearance a lot. As much as I don't want to admit it, but I definitely do care about it. Hence my music videos and stuff like that. That's something it just like that has something to do with appearance too, like how it looks, how everything's done. I'm definitely more on that side of things, making sure I look good, the band looks good, everything looks good. Like it has to be a specific way or fit what we're doing and show off our humor the way that we are, you know, and kind of do that. So because I appreciate when someone notices like, oh fuck dude, you did this with the video, oh you look good doing that or doing this. So I agree. So there's guys out there the same way because I'm like that. I'm definitely like that. I definitely want to make sure I look good, the band looks good, everything looks good, and it's a certain way. That's why I never stray away from putting in all the effort I do in a music video because I want it to be awesome.
You're looking very handsome today, Alan.
Yeah, you look great today, buddy. I gotta say, like, I think that so Mr. McKenty over here, unlike his last video that we responded to, which I felt like had a lot of malice in it. This one felt different to me, where I think that he was
This
actually
is a well thought out one. I think a more well thought out one.
I think it was more well thought out. I do think that there's some sort of like buzzword wordiness that he threw into there that I'm never really a big fan of, but I can look past it because I think ultimately his agenda with this video was ethical. I don't know what the word is. I think that he did have the right idea in mind, where he was trying to say, like, you know, is it a negative to continue to make sure that women do not get lumped in with the rest of the men, you know, by segmenting them? And it is a good question to have. It's a good topic to go over. And like Rosie said, damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Because we can't ignore the historical aspect of it, where there have been less women prevalent and prominent in the rock genre going forward, right? So you can't just pretend we're starting at zero. We are starting far from zero, and we have to build them into this, right? We have to like kind of meld it together, and it's not going to happen overnight. And you need to somehow grab people's attention in the first place to say, hey, look, it's not just a guy's world out there anymore. And I think that having a list like that and allowing easy searching, stuff like that, accessibility is really important to the initial bringing everybody together, even if it does feel like at first it might be like segregating, quote unquote, but it's not for the purpose of keeping it segregated. It's for the purpose of slowly putting it together.
One thing before Ryan says his thing, I just want to add to what Wave said. Wave was saying like everyone has their strengths. That's so true. It's like right now, the person I'm working with now, we have this very clear separation of what I'm strong at doing and what she's strong at doing. And that works out really well. That's what I think is awesome, because like, you know, some guys and some girls have different attributes that can really add to like just a project doing successful. And same thing with different females, of course, or different males. Like when you can find that whole thing where you can split it up perfectly. So I agree with you, Wave, on that.
When you have bands where like everyone's a multi-instrumentalist, but they each know who's the best at which thing, so they do their strengths.
But they can still assist when somebody's stuck, you know? So like with Frank, he's like, man, I don't know what to do with a beat here. Hey, check out this beat real quick, you know? And then like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, I like that. And then he expands on it, right? Something like that. But anyways, Ryan, go for it. Sorry.
Yeah. First, thanks, Wade, for interviewing Rosie about that, because that makes a valid point on its own. Is we're four guys talking about this, and we really have a one-sided fucking view of it.
Yeah.
And she even opened my eyes to some shortcomings of my views of it. It's like obviously they don't like I alluded to the point that they want to be seen a certain way. It's a choice they make. So to ignore that, I guess, is kind of a failure on my part, you know. I guess I don't know. I just audibly or quality is not affected by the gender. But audibly, obviously, there's a difference, and I don't know.
Obviously,
so it's good points. There's
really good points. Yeah,
you obviously had good intentions, and like that's the thing. Most people out there do have good intentions. Like we're all trying to do the best we can. Well, most of us, you know. And so to like see people's positive intentions, I think, is a huge part of it too, and not just looking for reasons to hate other people.
That's why I didn't hate his video today. That's why I didn't hate Finn McKenty's video in this situation, because it did feel like his intentions were proper this time, rather than I'm going to try to start a flame war in the comment section. It was more like, hey guys, like maybe we should look out for the girls and make sure that they're cool with how this is happening. I will play devil's advocate real quick and say, I have seen those posts on like Facebook or something where it's like a celebrity gets a picture, you know, an older celebrity, let's say like Sarah Michelle Gellar, I saw, right? She's beautiful, and she's like in her 40s now, I think, something like that. And like a lot of the comments were, look at how great she still looks. It's unbelievable how beautiful she still looks after, you know, she's been out of the spotlight for so long. And most of the responses to that were people saying, like, why do we have to focus on that? Like, why do we have to focus on that? But
that's every other comment about Keanu Reeves, same thing.
Yeah. And it's going to go that way with attractive people in general. Right.
Yeah.
But But at the end, when we look at stuff like a band, like especially somebody like a Unlucky Morpheus or a Band-Maid or something like that, there's gimmicks involved here, man. Like it's not just like facial beauty or body beauty. It's like Wade was saying, costuming and like all of this, like it's this whole visual aesthetic that they're building around the band, which is supposed to appeal it beyond just regular, that person is hot. You know what I mean? So it all goes into it, I think.
Jacob has a really good point. I think I agree with him on this. I've noticed this with myself because I never really liked female vocalists here in America as much. He says, I'm sure why, but I'm not sure why, but in Japanese music, I prefer female vocals, but American music, I prefer male vocals. And I think that's been the same for me, except for a few here and there, like No Doubt or Poe or something like that. But I've always thought of that. That's an interesting.
Do you think it's the style? Because like, you know, with like Japanese female vocals, a lot of the time it's like a much stronger vibrato than American female vocals.
And there's more progressive music under it too. Like Lisa, for example, is a progressive singer. Like the way that she sings, it does different runs and stuff. So like, yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah. Because they sing more straightforward over here, I think. I'm not all of them, of course, but seems like.
Yeah, I've found that too. And so much I hate to fucking admit this. the Finn McKenty video about the, you know, Japanese music and stuff. It made me stop and think like, well, if I had the same thing being played by a band from here, would I like it? So I actually went. I tried to listen to some similar music, and there's a tonal difference in vocal, and there's a production difference, and the aesthetic of the music is just different. It's not completely different, but there's just enough of a difference. It's like, okay, there's a reason I like this more than that. But there's, you know, I just found a band recently called Die Mannequin. Fucking great band, dude. Great band. Been around a long time. And, you know, there's parts of it that reminded me of other bands and parts of it that were just new to me. And it's just a great fucking band. It's an American band. Of course, I couldn't share the fucking video on YouTube because they block anything from freaking America.
Yeah, anyway, that sucks.
It's on my Patreon.
All right.
Fascinating.
Any closing thoughts on that, guys, before I go into the next thing?
I think the big thing here is like everyone's going to have their own personal perception on this. And as much as we'd like to try to break it down and analyze it as much as we possibly can, and even come to some sort of understanding amongst, you know, a majority of people, at the end of the day, everybody's going to view it in a different way. Even the people in the bands themselves are going to disagree with how they want to promote themselves. You know,
that's a big one. You know how many bands I've been in where like I tried to push. I remember trying to come up with a thing like for March Kronos was in. We want to do like a war theme thing, so we're gonna have like blow ups and stuff like that in the crowd and stuff. And he's like, no, I'm not doing this gimmick stuff. It was our bassist at the time. He was like against every little thing that we would do.
Right. So it's like you're gonna have those people that are like 100% like, no, it's like it's all the music. Like it might as well be a bunch of, you know, old balding fat white guys. You know what I mean? Like, and that's cool if that's all you care about. But other people do care about other things, and I think that's okay. Also, pretty much all the girls that we watch are hot, and I think it's okay that I say that they're hot. So I'm gonna keep saying that they're hot because I'm like, hey, they're hot. And you know what? When I watch BTS, I'm gonna be like, dude, that guy's not bad either. You know, so
I found myself in some Japanese videos thinking the woman's really hot, and it's not a woman at all.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
And I'm like, well, it's still fucking pretty, you know.
Yeah, dude,
good job.
It doesn't mean we're gonna take it beyond that. You know, it's just we're appreciating physical beauty, and you know, why wouldn't you?
Male Japanese singers from the Visual K side, damn, they do a good job.
I think you were about to bring up Band-Maid too. Like, it's obvious what, like with Band-Maid, Miku cares a lot more about the costume design and their appearance than Psyche and Misa do. Like, Psyche and Misa kind of try to want to get out of the maid thing, but they made it work for them personally. So
I heard originally. It
seems like they almost they started out, obviously, in the beginning, their costumes were sexier. They were shorter, they were more form-fitting, and now they're like almost ridiculous. Like Kanamis and Mikus are kind of almost ridiculously like
puffy.
Yeah, puffy, and you can't
they're
really
full
see what's
body
going
coverings,
on, but then
They're still hot.
well,
Yeah.
I think they're not playing up to. I don't know. It's whatever.
They're not advertising sex appeal there,
Right.
But
There's some that are, some that aren't.
But there's still a visual aesthetic though. Like I'm talking about specifically, like let's say like their new outfits in Band-Maid, right? Like the more recent ones where it does cover more. There's a visual aesthetic to it, and we can still appreciate visually how good it looks, right? But they're not actually promoting their sex appeal itself in it. And you can. That's not a negative either. Like I have no problem with people, but I'm just saying that we can appreciate visuals as a whole without it being completely about sex also.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're intentionally doing that. So they're appealing to, two different forms of media. If you're just hearing them, it better be really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And if you happen to see them, they want to look really fucking good too. So I'm not going to
Adds to
ignore
it.
that anymore. So thank you, Wave and Rosie, for making it.
Thank you,
I
Rosie.
love that.
Thank you, Rosie, for letting me bug you during your morning coffee. This was literally like 10 minutes after she got out of bed.
Nice. Now we have another topic that is we're going to get into Japanese news too, but this is more on the reactions scene of things. This is with it's pretty cool. It's about reactions and stuff. Veering off a little bit, but David Heretic has done some Japanese reactions. Just check them out. They put them up in a piece that I thought was pretty cool, and I want to get your guys' thoughts because I don't think we've ever talked about it on the podcast before. So here it is. So this is from Fox News in New York.
Well, they can generate millions of hits on YouTube, seemingly random people making videos of them.
By the way, pay attention to the broadcasters, how fake they are.
Oh yeah.
I love the random people right off the bat. It really,
random people.
It really feels like they are already aiming to just like knock us out. Like a little jab right off the start.
They obviously don't watch reaction.
Yeah, because the lady looks lost. She's like, at the end of the video, you'll see right now, she's like, what the fuck is a reaction?
I can't believe people watch random people do things. How could that happen? I don't think she knows what YouTube is.
As if Fox
reacting to
reporters aren't random people.
There's people randomly reporting the news.
Music videos.
That's right. Tonight we're getting an inside look at this viral trend for our ongoing series, The Future of Music.
Lendo, this day, funeral, start the service, say my name, make them nervous.
Nicki
gonna get us
Minaj and
blocked?
Fabio Foreign.
I didn't remember this part of the clip, but no, it won't get blocked because it's less than 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow. You can watch these music videos on YouTube, or you can watch someone else watch the videos.
I don't, Lendo, this day, funeral.
Say your time is coming soon, but just like Oklahoma.
Reviews and reaction videos are helping spread the word about today's hottest music. This one reaction video for Industry Baby has over 5 million hits, and it's happening in all genres.
Stars are living under your bed, cause they are the voices in your head.
This year, the rock band Falling in Reverse put out the song Zombified. The video has 10 million hits on YouTube. Some of the song's reaction videos are racking up more than 100,000 views.
Zombified!
Ronnie Radke is the band's frontman.
I think it's wonderful. I think it
Dude, we need to
combats all the
kick up our
negativity.
effort.
Who wants to watch a person react to something negatively? They don't. They're not going to sit there for 4 minutes and watch somebody just be super upset about something.
Sometimes he streams himself on Twitch reacting to the reactors.
I'm gonna be honest, this is the best one I've ever seen. These guys are literally so good. Oh my god. That's no diss to any of my other favorite ones, but this is the best one so far.
Oh, it's helped me immensely, and I will forever support them because there's a lot of people from different cultures, rap, straight rappers, gangster rapper reactors kind of people that are reacting to it.
One of these YouTubers is David Heretic.
Oh, this is one of those moments where the eyes and the ears are in just conflict like this. This should not work.
Are we the new journalists? To some extent, yes. I would absolutely agree with that because we are commenting. We are providing commentary, opinion, reactions, and reviews of what we do. Very much like Rolling Stone did back in the 70s and 80s and 90s.
He says record companies have asked him to review bands on their label, but he has turned them all down.
They have all asked me to react to their music, and they provide me with a script. They provide me with incentive, usually money, to say, we want you to say these things. These are the bullet points we want you to hit about the band, and we'll pay you this. At that point, it's no longer a reaction. It is a commercial.
Ronnie Radke also warns about corporate interests.
The golden age right now of this right now. We should appreciate what it is right now, because it could at any minute be ruined for sure.
But both men agree when reaction videos are genuine, it's a chance for artists to bring in some new fans.
And then they're like, I found your band because of this guy. And I'm like, that's cool. It's just kind of bringing it all together. And I think it's a wonderful thing.
You look at all these bands that people get exposed to on these reaction channels, and to be honest with you, these record companies, and more importantly, these publishing companies, should be thanking us, for the free advertising, because these people who enjoy those bands, what are they going to do now? They're going to go buy the albums. They're going to go buy T-shirts. They're going to go buy stickers. They're going to go buy posters. They're going to spend anywhere from $20 to $200 just because they watched a reaction video for free.
And some of these YouTube reactors are quite prolific. Take, for example, the guy you just heard there, David Heretic. He's posted clips of himself reviewing more than 30 Bruce Springsteen songs, more than 40 Chili Pepper songs, and more than 130 Pearl Jam songs. So, busy guy.
Very.
Everything's out there on YouTube that you could ever hope for and more. It is interesting, though.
Don't even
it's hard
know
to get
what he
attention
mentioned.
to specific songs these days, so it's like the new MTV in a way.
Like you said, everything and anything is out there.
That's right.
She's like so out like, what am I doing?
What bands did he mention? Bruce Springsteen, Pearl Jam, and who?
Pearl Jam. He only mentioned like bands from like early 90s.
Oh, Chili Peppers.
Chili Peppers.
Yeah, he mentioned all the bands, like all the bands, and none of them were shown right now in the clips.
So he didn't benefit from a lot of the videos that David Eric does.
Who was that? Who was the band right in the middle? The guy who was watching reactors?
Is that Falling in Reverse singer?
Oh,
yeah,
that's
Ronnie.
Yeah, that's Ronnie Radke.
Makes me want to check out Falling in Reverse.
He is married to WWE superstar Paige.
Oh. Yeah, so you guys got stuff to say about that? I made some notes while I was listening to it.
You go, Ryan.
Go ahead.
Take it away.
So I was going to say, Wade kind of brought up Falling in Reverse. I've never really listened to him, and I didn't know who that guy. I've heard his name mentioned, but I never didn't know who he was. Now I do, and I'm going to check him out because he's willing to support us. Then why not support him? I think that's fair play. The music, what I heard there, sounded pretty cool. And more, initially it was, I'm hoping to turn this page here, but people were looking up Band-Maid or Nightwish and finding my videos, and more in comments, I'm seeing people that are watching my videos and they're discovering bands I'm checking out, that was like a goal of mine. I want to share all, because I get requests for music that isn't really super popular, and when I put it out there, it doesn't get a lot of views, but it gets a lot of comments like, I never heard of this band before, thanks for sharing. And that's fucking great, man, because that's just going to help out the bands. And that's my main takeaways from that. I mean, we the new journalist, that's cool. I mean, Rolling Stone was something I used to really look at a lot to get information. Now you can get information wherever you want. So I'm going to go to whatever's the most enjoyable way to digest it, which is usually checking out YouTube, and people like to watch.
Yeah, like your favorite reactors, right?
Yeah.
Some you're gonna like more than others, and stuff like that. But
definitely, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I have a couple simple thoughts. I think it was cool how they mentioned the guy from Falling in Reverse mentioned how he appreciates genuine reactions, and when what was his name again? The reactor that was talking about how he would get paid offers and stuff with a script. Yeah, David Heretic. He would get a script with the reaction request. And I'm like,
that's crazy.
Why would you even want that? So what I really love about the reaction community, as the new journalists, like they said, or music reviewers or whatever, is that it's unbiased stuff. So it means a lot more than if you're paying for an ad spot on some kind of commercial programming.
For people that are upfront about it, some people people pay them to do reactions to their videos, and I don't doubt someone still give like an honest reaction, but there's always, if everyone that was a paid response is good.
It's interesting.
I mean,
if you give
they're going to
praise,
seek out a reactor because they probably think they're going to like your band.
I think
if you give praise, you got to back it up with
why you like it.
Yeah,
right on.
All right, sorry, champ.
No, I remember a video that Tank the Tech put out a few months back where he was talking about paid reactions and how he felt about. He said that he would never let somebody pay him to do a reaction because then he would feel inclined to give a positive response about it. And I had a short talk with him after that because I do have paid reactions on my Patreon. I think several of us do. Yeah. And I think as long as you're very clear about the fact that you are not going to pull your punches, then it's okay to do that, and it's okay for people to feel that it's genuine if you're being genuine without really digging too far into questioning it, I guess. But it's all about reliability of the person and loyalty, and you have to take the time in everything. And whenever you meet somebody or you watch something, to grow trust between you and them, right? In any sort of way that you're consuming a product, right? You have to know that you can trust whoever is giving you that product. And there are going to be people that are disingenuous, and there are going to be people that are genuine. And that alone, just the idea that is not always going to be perfect, is going to make people question it forever, no matter what happens. And even me personally, if I go on to let's say a video game review and it says this was paid for by said video game or whatever, I just turn that off. I'm not going to listen to that, right? Mm-hmm. So I could see why people would be anti that whole concept of being paid for reactions. But again, I think that it's an individual preference thing, and you have to grow to know the person that you're willing to. Don't give money to somebody that you don't know in the first place. You know what I mean? Don't just go on something, see a reactor, he did a band you like, and then say, here's $50, please do more things I like. You don't know this person. You might not, he or she might just.
It's okay. You can send $50. Don't listen to him. Go for it.
I had that last year for a random band. People might remember the band, but someone came and ordered 11 reaction videos on my website for a band that was nothing like anything else I listened to.
Yeah.
So,
and
anyway.
that's a little. It's you have to question at that point. If that person had followed you and watched a bunch of your stuff and went, you know what, I really like this guy's opinion, so I want to hear what he has to say about my stuff, the stuff that I love. Right? That makes a lot of sense, right? But you got to be careful because not everybody is genuine. And that's not just in the reactor world, that's in the world.
Yeah. I was going to say, though, this is why I only do Patreon paid reactions for the most part and try not to do single donations because it could be an unlimited form. You know what I mean? That's why I have it capped off. But I've lost Patreons because I was honest. So as long as you're okay with that, I think at first it was kind of jarring to I thought you'd just be always positive. I'm like, no, if I don't like it, I'm not going to like it. I'm sorry. I know you might have felt that it was paid for that, but it is for a positive review, I guess. But I always try to tell people it's just going to be an honest reaction. There's some reactions Frank and I are just
yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I've seen you and Frank staring blankly at the screen.
We're just I don't know what to do with this.
For me personally, in those situations, I'd look at it more as an analysis of trying to figure out why people do enjoy it rather than my personal preference. And
exactly.
taste.
Yes. Exactly. You need the breakdown, right? And I think that's why, not to pat ourselves on the back a little bit, but I think that's one of the reasons that people have gravitated towards us, because we actually provide some sort of backup to the things that we're saying. We don't just go, whoa, that was cool.
Yeah, all that's right, why we started bringing instruments on stream, that's exactly why we did that, because it does. It's and I like doing them more. I want to play the guitar and show people how my thought process goes through learning it. Actually, I was watching Ryan's video. I was watching Ryan's video last night, your interview one, and you brought up a good point in that interview about when you improvise over something, you figure out the key, and that's what I do live on stream. It's so fun to do, and I think people like watching you noodle ramen, and then some people think it's really cool, like, oh shit, look, oh, I love how he figured that out, and then other musicians can get the ideas, so they don't feel like they're locked down to music theory and stuff. Like you can trust your ear and sound. Like that's one example with Ryan's video, how that it can be impactful. You know. Where
I really appreciate how Ryan does those long form.
Yes, I watch your videos, Ryan.
Well, wave.
I appreciate how you do those long form on guitar vulnerable videos. You know, like
that's what I should call them, a vulnerable guitar learning.
Well, because it shows your process and like serious talent, man.
Well, what I like about it, like all of us that do, you know, is with Ryan, with Wave, is like you can see different musicians, different perspective. So anybody that's learning out there as a musician, they don't have to be afraid of learning, because they can see like a different way to do it. You know, they're like, oh wait, I don't understand the way Alan's learning songs, but maybe I understand the way Ryan learns songs. Maybe that clicks for me better, or the way Wave does it. Or, you know, like Wave, when he was doing the counting and stuff with the Band-Maid thing, they did a little short clip or whatever. And, you know, that was his way of getting the drums down, where Frank is totally different. He just sits there and goes like this, and he'll just play along to the song on repeat, you know? So, like, everyone has a different way. So I really dig that like the reaction scene, especially the ones that play the instruments and show it. Like, it gives other musicians other ideas on how to learn it and not be so afraid to learn another instrument.
And I also appreciate Champ's perspective on like looking at it as a marketing thing and appeal to people and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a perspective I would never like think about or, you know, understand that much. So like just all the different perspectives of people who really care about what they're talking about. So cool.
Yeah,
I think it's just interesting in general to hear people talk about things that are out of your line of thought process most of the time. And I think that the reaction sort of like community is the same as any other community. You're going to find people that are going to take it more seriously. You're going to find people that are going to be more knowledgeable about certain aspects of it. I don't think it's any different than anything else, honestly. And yes, there are disingenuous people in every field out there. I mean, listen, the Reactor's it's easiest, right? Because you can turn on your webcam and you can go ooh, and then it can be over, and you might get 100,000 people to watch your video.
That's all I got to do.
That's all you got to do, man. I'm telling you. Like,
wait, don't forget to say it's your boy and tell him to pound like.
Smash
that like button. You got to smash it, baby.
Yeah. Hey, this comment from Hard Bros. He says, speaking of reactors, where are the old Band-Maid reactors prior to GG? Anyways, what are you talking about? I'm curious. Did a lot of them disappear? Because there's a lot of Band-Maid reactors. There was. I remember those were everywhere. I think there still is, if I'm not mistaken. There was a lot of
I mean, it goes in waves though, right? Like, because they're not releasing any music right now, and I'm sure that like once they do come out with a new album, we're gonna see like a whole wave of, not this wave, the metaphorical wave of people just like this wave also reacting to.
I'm totally guilty of not having as many Band-Maid videos. That's just I'm not happy about it, but I went through a lot of stuff.
More than all of us.
I know, but like not like every week. You know, it's a lot different than it was for me. It's just because it's kind of the initial thing. Now, because of that, other people want to see other stuff, and I like watching other stuff. So, you know, But I guess I'm still around, as opposed to some people that they're not seeing. Is I think what the point they're making.
Maybe I think that his point was that there was people that were reacting to Band-Maid basically for fame, to grab onto that audience, and then they kind of disappeared once they lost that sort of trail of people that were following behind them, which is a big thing that happened to me also.
A lot of people think reactions are super easy to do, and.
Well, some of them are, dude. Like, that's the thing.
Hold on, that's what I want to say.
We put in way too much work to it for what we're getting.
But that's my point. That's my point, is that they do it and then they wonder why they're not getting somewhere, and they just what they thought originally was they sit in front of a camera and talk. Which, yes, you either have to have a perspective or something different to talk about. You can't just be like, "Oh wow, that's cool." because everyone's heard, oh wow, that's cool.
I will say though that I get agitated sometimes. I'm gonna admit to my immaturity right now. I get agitated sometimes when I go onto like, you know, YouTube and I see on my recommended channel there's like this person that's like, you know, this kid, he's like a young kid, 17 years old. It says like hip hop fan reacts to metal for the first time, and then like the description is, this is way better than any hip hop I've ever listened to, and then like a month later you see that person's channel and every single video is him talking about how much better metal is than hip hop. And to me, that's just him grabbing that audience that came to his first video, you know, and just saying what they want to hear. It's a fine line there, you know what I mean? Like saying what people want to hear. If you don't say what people want to hear, people will bail. And that kid, you know, that hypothetical kid that I'm coming up with right now, knows that and is utilizing it. I think that us, though, we would prefer not to. I think honesty is a big thing for me and the three of us, and that this would feel meaningless if we weren't being honest about it.
Yeah. It's that, well, and being just driven by a true passion. Like when people can tell you're passionate about what you're talking about, you know, I think, I mean, I can't speak for them, but I think that has a big impact.
I think so too. Yeah.
That's why I hear, you know, people communicate with a lot of people to watch my stuff, and I enjoy doing it. And you know, it's the people watching can tell if you're just bullshitting them, trying to make it look like you like something. You know, I've had a few requests that I didn't really dig, and I admit, but like Wave says, there's a reason. You made a point in the video a while ago. It's like, well, I try and look at why they like it, you know, and realize that. And so yeah, somebody mentioned here in the comments earlier, any Patreon reaction is a paid reaction. Not really. I'm not getting paid by the band. It's a person who wants to see that band. They want to share it too. Yeah. So yes, they're a subscriber to my Patreon, which is obviously appreciated, but I'm not going to tailor my reaction to that band based on.
Well, they want to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah. So
they wouldn't go out of their way. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not like, I'm like, you know, I know you probably love this band, but it's just not my thing. You know? Yeah. So there's a distinction, but.
Well, some people, like I think on my channel, it's gone in the opposite direction where they're trying to find videos that piss Frank off more or drive me nuts. Ours is went in the reverse route. Like, oh man, how can we really piss off Frank? I think the last stream was like no drums involved at all, and Frank's face was just like
that's hilarious.
But yeah, that's pretty good. But all right, so let's get on to some news. You guys have any thoughts on that or?
On the news?
No, on the last thing before we get into the news. I hope I said that.
I totally forgot what we were just talking about.
What the fuck are we even talking about?
All right. News. All right. Baby Beard. Yeah, Baby Beard. Yeah, that's the name of it. All right. Yeah, they're working on a new dance rehearsal. So I guess they got our new song coming out. It should be on. I'm trying to set it up where he can come on with us one of these days. We're just trying to work out the time zones. So
sweet.
So looking forward to that. We'll let you guys know. Keep posted. Brats, look forward to a new song release and a live event October 8th. It's weird that they announced that now. That's pretty far out. So, but I know it's because they're on tour, right? Yeah, I think so. Something like that. I thought I had it all translated, but they're on tour, right, guys? Let me know in the chat. I'm pretty sure they are. And we have Darren Gray's new, again, they've been like really pushing this album, and they just released Perfumes, The Perfume of Sins on YouTube. So they have a new video out. You guys should go check it out. And probably do a reaction sometime this week for it. I think it's should be, I hear a lot of good things about it already. So I'm pretty excited for that. So it's going to be the album's third track. In this aggressive video, you see vocalist Kyo being burnt alive in a torture device called the Brazen Bull, also known as the Bull of Flores. The song is a musical alchemy packing the intensity of their previous album, The Insulated World, with furious breakdowns reminiscent of their early single Zan. So just a little quick clip. I can't play too much, but
Dang, that sounds intense.
Yeah.
Those are some tasty drums.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
right.
I heard that, man. I like the guitar riff too.
I'm not catching any vocals. Anyways, wow. Okay, listen to it if you want to check out the vocals. God damn.
I heard some screaming in there.
Sins.
That's good. You can go support the original video.
Yeah, go check
Support
it
the
out.
original video. Check
This
it
is
out.
not a market substitute, guys.
Yeah. The Muck Tour 2022, the beginning of the 25th anniversary. So there's tickets for that. Mook, was it? Mook.
I think Mikoto said Mook.
Mook.
So that's what I'm going with.
I trust Mikoto.
I still want to react to that new song. I still haven't done it yet. I definitely want to check that out because I heard a piece of it. It sounds awesome. And I keep forgetting that they've been doing 25 years now. Maximum Hormone, they're killing it on their European tour. We have some really cool photos. That Shell from our Discord got a picture with them, and I'm forgetting other people, but I know a lot of people got the chance to meet them.
Two people from my Discord met up from Australia and the UK. They met up at the concert, met each other for the first time, got some pictures, and got to hang out. So that's cool. Very cool.
Good.
And they're,
Good was there too. Sorry. Go ahead.
but yeah, it was they're basically, it was, the next day or two later, like still in recovery, but loving it. Like it was pretty intense. A lot of crowd surfing going on. You had to watch all around you. And yeah, definitely seemed like it was an amazing show to see. So shout out Thor and Paul, because
I was excited because I heard that they, like, some people that I think it was Hades, shout out to you if you're in the chat. I think he said that he sees why people like Maximum Hormone now after watching the show. So that was cool to hear.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So pretty awesome. And yeah, if you guys have a chance to check them out, because I'm kind of worried that I won't have another opportunity to see them. I hope they do play another concert soon after that. What do you guys think? You think they will?
Have another concert?
Yeah, you think they'll do another concert? I like this picture though. It looks fucking majestic.
I mean, freaking Paul McCartney's still touring, so.
Oh my God, that's yeah. I saw that the other day. There was like a picture of him, right? Doing his singing or something like that. Forgot where I saw that.
One of the Daisuke, the Band-Maid's guitar tech, was also working with Maximum Hormone on this tour.
Oh, nice.
Or that show, yeah.
Very cool. Hatesio says, yeah, live is a lot better. Yeah, you did say that. I wasn't sure if you did say something about that, Hatesio. But Nemophila, I guess this is like their final venue in Japan. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then I think that's when they start coming over here. So I hope I see you guys July 1st. we're going to be busking our way over there. So I'm pretty excited about that. Christine and I are going to be playing music along the road to the Nemophila concert. So hope to see you all there. So it's going to be interesting.
Going to go a block at a time, man.
Yeah.
All right, now we got enough to get down to the next town.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what we're doing. So
Uber.
We're road tripping for a couple weeks.
Dude, that's amazing.
So yeah, we want an adventure, and we're like, all right, cool. We're gonna have our adventure to the Nemophila concert. So it's pretty cool. And speaking of that, I'll stop the news right here so we can talk about what we did during the week. But I wanted to start first since we got the Nemophila. I was just waiting until we get there. So shout out to Dusty if you're there. He sent me Nemophila DVD, so I just want to give you a shout out for that. And I think Ryan had gotten one too.
Yes.
From, I don't know which one it is. We were trying to see if it's the same one. So I'll do some kind of thing on Twitch or whatever watching it. But shout out to you, Dusty. I just want to give you a shout out for that. Thank you for sending this. And it has a sign picture. Pretty awesome.
Cool. Is it so nice to finally meet you?
Yeah. So is it
Is that
one?
the one it is?
I think so.
Doesn't have a name on it, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, let's see which one it is. So I can't wait to watch this, but then I realized I need a DVD player.
Yeah.
I have no DVD player whatsoever.
That's why I got this. I got an external USB drive finally. I think it reads DVDs.
Well, I got one of them too, and it doesn't work for shit.
Yeah, I have one too, but it's only for CDs. So
Hoji-san.
Nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, got DVD sent to me, and I got an external DVD player and Blu-ray player, and it didn't work. And I was also helped out with getting some software sent, and I got it all set up on my computer. And then my computer just failed on me last week, so I had to get a new one. So I got to reset up all that stuff.
Yeah,
just so I can watch the goddamn videos. I can watch it on my own, just trying to get it so I can watch it and share it with everybody.
Well, shout out to you, Dusty, again. Thank you so much, and shout out to who was it that sent you?
Hoji-san sent me.
Sent me. So thank you guys, man. I really appreciate it. It looks really cool. Has all those booklets and stuff in there. I can't wait to check it out. Nice. And this is just perfect timing, Dusty, honestly, right before I go to the concert. So definitely be doing some Nemophila streams and stuff. So before we head out there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice. But yeah, so that was pretty much my week. I'm trying to learn 40 songs by Thursday. I'm 18 down and 22 to go. And that's all I'm doing.
Time. You could be learning stuff right
you
now.
Have a gig coming up Thursday?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Thursday. So we got a whole month of booked gigs. So
a 40 set gig, a 40 song gig.
Yeah, we have to.
You're gonna play 40 songs.
Yeah,
play for what? 3 or 4 hours?
Yeah, we're playing for 3 hours.
So many songs.
We're playing for 3 hours.
Collapse into myself. Like
so,
dude, I've definitely never played for longer than an hour and a half. That's the max.
Well, it's like we do 45 minutes. You know, within that 45 minutes, we get about 15 songs, 16. Then we take a break,
like 3 sets,
and then do another 45 minutes. Yeah. So we might not hit 40, maybe 35. Still quite a bit, but I'm trying to get all of them down. So
your bar gigs like from 10 to 2.
What?
Around here, like when I played bar gigs, it's like 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
That's what you played.
Wow.
But the cool thing is we're booked out for the entire month of June up until the Nemophila concert, which is cool. And then we come back and we got a bunch of festivals we're going to do afterwards. So that's going to be crazy busy. Yeah, it's going to be fun. And we're going to try to do we're going to live stream all of it, hopefully on Twitch, and hopefully that works well. We're just
do we know by any chance what if Nemophilia and the passcode? I believe they played together recently. If that concert is online anywhere, do any of you have you guys heard about that at all?
I just got the loudness Nemophilia and loudness one but I think that was the week before, and I think on their website it said the archive was available.
Oh, sweet! I'm gonna look into that because I really want to see. That's such a cool concert to me, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was hard to choose between that one and loudness, which one I wanted to invest in.
So that was my week, but Wave, you go ahead and talk about your week. Let me reset the audio real quick, though.
All right,
there we go. Go ahead.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
So this week, Rosie and we went to Guitar Center, and Rosie finally got an acoustic guitar for herself, which I'm really excited about. And she's already started learning. Basically, you know, my only advice to her was learn songs that you're passionate about, so you keep doing it, you know. So she started learning some of her favorite songs. She's coming along already. And while we were there, I saw a really good deal on an acoustic bass. So I want to introduce you guys to my new bass, Ryan Meir. And
that's gorgeous.
It's got the nice sultry voice.
What is it?
It's a Mitchell, the Guitar Center brand.
As he smacks it on the mic.
It's actually really nice. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
And it's like not tight at all. I've never been able to bend bass strings this far, you know?
Man,
it's got a really good feel.
Now I already am convinced myself to find an SG style bass because that's like my fucking holy grail of basses, just because I just think it's great. And now I got to get a goddamn acoustic.
I'm jealous that you guys are buying guitars.
Another thing I did was a request from Yellowcliff, diving into the intros from Domination and what was that other song?
Freedom.
I can never remember the names. What was that?
Is it Freedom?
Oh, Play.
The
live intros from the Lion Cube Shibuya show, because Band-Maid had put up, like, the individual members had put up clips of them playing their intro parts just individually, so it was really cool. So thanks to Yellow Clip for getting all those clips together for me, and it was a really fun video.
Yeah, it was nice of you, Yellow Clip.
But
by the way, these photos are awesome in this.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. And then I finally checked out Raise a Sweetlin. Thanks to Ross for the request, but
what did you think?
They are
I like
so
that band.
freaking cool, dude.
The singer is so good. The bassist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, her vocal control is just perfect. And yeah, I'm really excited to hear more of their stuff. It's a cool vibe. Anyway, that's it for me.
Nice.
Go, champ.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
My focus was elsewhere this week, as was last week. But my musical focus was honestly mostly in the Korean scene because, BTS announced their hiatus earlier on Monday.
Really?
Which kind of like, and then it was like, there was some like backtracking and some sort of like damage control afterwards from the label and stuff like that. Like, what does hiatus mean? Stuff like that. But yeah, that kind of took the whole K-pop world by storm. So I focused my week just discussing that and what it means and how crazy it is that the top group in the world would decide to stop making music for a while, because they're making so much money. You know what I saw on 8% of all of South Korea's economy was coming from BTS's music.
Holy shit.
Do you think they're making a lot of money, like the members of the band?
Well, see, that's the thing, right?
They're probably making enough.
Listen, they're millionaires. I'm sure they're millionaires at this point.
Okay,
we're 10
you do
years.
think they're millionaires? I mean? Okay, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, because on a rookie contract, that's first 7-year contract, they're not making that much money. But after that, beyond that first 7-year contract was over, they got paid. They got that check afterwards.
I would
the
hope
initial
so.
contract is 7 years.
Yeah, your rookie contract is 7 years long.
What is it, a football team? Jesus.
Fucking nuts, right? It's fucking nuts. The way that they set that shit up just blows my mind. But yeah, so they went beyond that, though.
The age they pull them in, they're going to completely fucking change during that time.
Well, especially BTS, the youngest member was 15 when he joined, right? So it was like,
damn.
they basically raise each other.
Yeah, it's not young enough to know what the fuck you're.
No, you don't know who you are.
I was such a moron when I was 15.
I was an intelligent human being.
Even like 3 years ago, I was a moron.
Yeah, because I'm still a moron.
I think we're all.
I don't want to
still
pretend
morons.
like that's over.
So we're clear. I'm not signing a 7-year contract.
But it is nuts how they go through those things, right? So but what this means really is that all 7 of the guys are releasing albums on their own. So if they weren't millionaires before, I am sure they will be after they release their own albums.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm dealing with some personal shit right now, so sorry guys, I haven't been around too much on.
Someone's saying that they're focusing on solo projects.
Yes, they each have a solo album coming out.
Oh wow!
So there's going to be 7 solo albums coming out over the next 2 years.
You're listening 10 seconds ago. You'd heard that information.
He was reading the chat instead of listening to me explaining it. He's still reading the chat. I can see his eyes over on the chat right now. Hey, Alan.
I'll stop highlighting messages.
Quick addition. I forgot one thing about my week, and thank you to Paul for reminding me. I watched an interview old Mr. B did with Blue Ichigo Ichinose, who was the bassist that was, by popular opinion, probably the favorite Love Bites.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Audition. Old Mr. B did an interview with her this week.
Cool.
So she's super sweet. It was really interesting. So highly recommend check that out. But that's it for me now.
Okay, cool. And Mr. E asked, "Are Band-Maid millionaires?" I gotta say, I really, really, really doubt that.
Yeah, maybe they're probably doing good.
I think they're doing well. I think that it's hard to make money as a band. Just in general.
Yeah.
So, it's harder to make money as a band than it would be to be in underneath a big label that is producing, via the music industry itself.
Can never trust the Google net worth.
No, that means nothing. don't even try, guys.
Yeah, if you ever look at YouTube net worth, it's all off. You're like, well, that's a very generous number. I wish.
There's a YouTube net worth.
Yeah, if you go to it's called Social Blade. They'll say what it's worth and stuff,
Yeah,
and
they're wrong.
It's really inaccurate. It's really,
their earnings estimate is like
the higher end is probably what the label's getting off of your channel.
It's like $10 to $100,000 per view is like their range. It's like
yeah.
I mentioned that in the last video I put out with my where I answer some questions, and it's like I've stumbled across that when I'm just randomly searching information about myself online. That's not what I do. Anyway, it's come up and I'm like, oh, earnings. Let's see what this says, and it'll be like 453 to like 1,500 a month. I'm like, what? Nuh-uh. Most I got was like $84. So they're inflated a bit.
Yep.
What about you, Ryan?
Shout out to Vladimir, the newest most GG.
Oh.
The Band-Maid community celebrity himself, Vladimir Chupin. Thank you, Vlad.
Yeah, welcome aboard, Vlad. I gotta say, I'm looking at this right now, guys, the Social Blade thing for myself. I did not know that this existed. First of all, I gotta say, they said that I started my channel in 2013, which is just so not true. That it's way later than that. But they're pretty accurate on the money.
It's
in the
because
sense
they're
that
talking about when you set up your email. Like when you start your email is when you started your channel.
But no, this is the Champ of Medium email, so it wouldn't even make sense. But
okay.
My daily averages, weekly averages, and last 30 days are $0 to $0. So I think they're nailing it pretty well on that.
I just realized how bad I have to pee when I left.
They've got my finances down well.
Oh, yeah. This page, I got a B- and 67 to 1,000. It's more like $67 a month.
Yeah. So Ryan, how was your week, man?
It was pretty good. I did have to sort out the situation with my computer, it's resolved. So that's cool. What else did I do this week? Tried to made a video where I answered some questions from people on Patreon, which went over pretty well. Just improvised some music to put behind it, so it wasn't just me droning on. That's about it for me. What I did, Band-Maid news. Actually prepared.
Before we start the Band-Maid news,
okay,
let's go take our pee break because I also have the bit.
Rock and roll.
We'll be right back, guys. I just come up here and Champ looks like he's sleeping. Are you sleeping, Champ?
With my eyes open?
Yeah. You look like a guy that could sleep with your eyes open.
I don't know what that means about me, but it's got to mean something.
What did I miss?
It means you can sleep with your eyes open.
I feel like there's meaning beyond that, though.
And we are back. Back.
We are. Hello.
We're back just in time for Mr. Mir to give us the Band-Maid news.
Wave, where's my intro? Got me. All right. So, okay, here is what Psyche said in the latest tweet. Good evening, updated to focus on me. You're so kind. I don't have a scary face, I think. Please take a look.
Wait, what?
So that was Psyche. She put that tweet out because the latest video for Band-Maid Prime was a focus on her performing the song Awkward, and that was her tweet. I don't have
Awkward. Hilarious.
But yeah, they on Prime, it's your pay to play for Band-Maid, and they've been putting out focus videos for Awkward for her and Misa, and Akane for At the Drop of the Hat, and Miku and Konami for the song Smile. So if they have access to that, it's a really cool thing to be able to see them. And let's see.
Yeah, it was cool. I think I tweeted it because the new Psyche video.
Yeah,
it's very fun to watch.
It's cool. It's neat to see when you can watch a singer's face during a performance where it's not on stage or whatever, and it's really, she has a reputation for being a bit cold. I think it's played up a bit, but when you can see her sing like that in that environment, it's really cool to see her emotion come through and how much she puts into it.
That's when I really started to appreciate her. As
I think a lot of people did. It was a kind of an eye opener for how much she puts into it. What Misa said, I think it was on Friday, tweeted out, I want to drink, which is it's how I felt on Friday too.
Same.
But she's also stated recently that she's going to cut back on the alcohol. It's always a good thing.
Responsible.
Just better.
That's what we all say.
Right. Miku's always on TikTok. I don't know what she's talking about, but they're always entertaining to watch. She's pretty funny. She's good at the TikTok. That's the only TikTok I watch, and I get out of there fucking quick.
I never know what any of the references are or anything that she's doing, but I'm just like, yeah, sure, that was cool. Yeah.
It's Miku. I mean, Kabato.
Right. And, no doubt they're still prepping for the tour. I'm sure they're still finishing up tweaks to the soon to be released EP, which was supposed to be this summer. So hopefully
July.
It's word like
they
really
said beginning
soon.
of July, right?
We don't know. They said the summer. You keep saying July.
No, there was a thing that said July.
Was it you?
Yeah,
no, no, we brought it up in the news thing. It said July on the actual thing for the month.
Sweet.
It said July. I know it did. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
I swear it said July. We had an article about it and everything. Did I make that all up in my head? I hope not. It was July. I swear to God, they said something.
Anyway.
Oh, it was on their Band-Maid stream when they mentioned July. They put up the little flyer.
Day of Made?
It's Day of Made, and it said July for the new EP.
That is really soon.
That's next month.
That's what it said.
I'm
Guys,
sure
let me know if I'm wrong.
Correct me or you, whatever's going on. It'll be corrected.
It'll be, and the announcement video is just summer 22. But I swear to God, on the day they made that stream, it said July.
I think that's what you said the last time you said that. Either way, it's going to be this summer. Anyway, fucking new music from Band-Maid, guys.
Yes.
Which is, hell yeah. I'm just super excited for that.
Also, news in the Band-Maid community. Orange has a project coming out this week.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to talk about it or should
Go
I?
ahead, man. Take it away.
Okay. Well, there's a Band-Maid community cover coming out, and I think it's okay to spoil the lineup now since it's been out for 19 hours.
Yeah, it's been out there. Yeah.
Okay. So Ryan Meir and me are both in the video, and along with Crockaboose and Nan.
Yep. So
yeah,
Wave is playing bass. I'm playing drums. No. Wave took over drums. I'm playing lead.
I'm singing.
Yeah, you're singing. Crockaboose took over bass, and then Nan is playing rhythm guitar. So, yeah, Band-Maid community on Discord. Awesome place. Orange doing a great job, and he has. There are multiple covers going on from multiple people that I'm not even included on all of them for some reason.
Orange is putting a lot of work into it. So I'll post a link to the premiere link in the chat.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun to do, man. I got to work with, we both got to work with people from all around.
Nice.
You wouldn't notice because it's so fucking good.
It's such a cool community, though, to have all these different people coming together like that. I mean, just like this podcast,
There may even
people
be
from the community.
more covers being worked on right now. Ooh, but they won't be out for like 2 months.
I didn't even know you guys were doing all that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a secret.
Yeah.
We told everybody. Everybody know about it.
Yeah. So who was playing on the other covers? You guys don't know yet?
I don't know.
Gotcha. All right.
Cool.
So
Look forward to liberty to say.
One-Eyed Close is a Japanese band that's kind of coming up in the scene over there. They have a video. They're doing a day in the life of a J-rock band, day of a show. So doing like a little documentary thing. It's pretty cool. We interviewed them a couple times on the channel before. And it's just, of course, Twitter always does this every time. Never plays. So there's like video of the setup and stuff.
Sound check.
That was creepy. I guess it is just sound check.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So they had a really good show too. The show went really well.
Why is the rectangle so small?
So yeah, Ray's been on the channel multiple times.
Oh, sweet. Yes.
He's a really cool guy. He's the same record label as Band-Maid.
Nice.
So it's really, really cool that he's been doing that. And I think that's actually, I got one last one. Oh, our favorite mannequins, Femme 2.0. have you guys, they released the latest album, now available on CD for the first time. I don't know if you guys ever checked any Femme songs out.
I just listened to what you had to say, Alan, and enjoyed thoroughly your responses to them.
I think we watched.
There was the first video. We did that one video in the beginning.
Yeah.
Didn't you watch it? You didn't watch it?
No, yeah. I think we all watched that first one. Then I believe, Alan, you were the only one to continue on the Femme path.
Yeah. I watched Fuckboys Get Money. That was very intriguing. Brought out some great dances in that reaction. But anyways, they just released a new album. And the last little bit of news before we wrap everything up. A new female rock band called ASMR, produced by Rookie Fiddler from Ace. And very intriguing. All they have is this cartoon picture of it. So it's a new all-female symphonic rock band. And for short, it's called ASMR. Merges with a unique member lineup you've never seen before. With secondary roles such as whisperer and scratching noisemaker, the four-piece band is set up to create an auditory sensation. Hence the tagline, I'm not going to try to say that, which translates to whispering and vibrating music. But so.
Okay.
Yeah. So the most interesting part for Visual K fans, so it's be on the Visual K side, might be that they're surprisingly fine Rookie Fiddler as the sound producer. I don't know who that is. If you guys know in the chat, let us know. And so this partly explains why there's a big focus on the emotional violins that we're able to enjoy in the 6 released songs so far. So they do have 6 songs, all right? So if you want a new band to check out, that's one of them right there.
Cool. I mean, it's intriguing the way that they market themselves. Again, marketing is a big part of this stuff, right? Like, I want to listen to that just because of what they just said. Vibrating music, like, what the fuck? All right, let's do it.
Are you required to listen to it while sitting on a subwoofer?
Is it going to feel like...
Do you want me to whisper in your ear hole for you?
Yeah, don't people say that it feels like there's some weird stuff happening with the top of their head when they listen to ASMR or some shit like that? Like, that's what I want out of this. So
they're living on the edge.
Baby.
Living on the edge.
Living on the edge.
Well, Aerosmith,
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Steven Tyler, great vocalist,
Yes.
male or
Sometimes.
female, and he's also very pretty.
Oh yeah.
Or he was at a certain point.
His daughter's very pretty.
His daughter is.
I'll give you that much. Yeah.
But you don't think
got
he's
pretty- he's got
pretty,
pretty hair.
Ryan? No?
Steven Tyler? No,
No?
Come on,
Why
man.
not?
never did.
You ever
Little
see the
fucking
size of
fish
that mouth?
Yeah.
You know what he could do with that thing?
Yeah. It's not cool to me.
Each
their own. It's just not my
He has very pretty outfits.
Esther says tingling feels.
The tingling.
Vibration
From the
and whispering.
ASMR or from
Just had to
The
bring
thing?
it
Tyler's mouth?
I don't know.
Look at fucking.
Do you get
You know those
tingling
teeth show
feels
up.
from
Catfish.
Steven Tyler's mouth, Ryan?
No.
You just prevented him from putting something in his mouth just
I
by
know,
saying
I know.
that.
He lost his
Oh,
appetite
you never want to
for
prevent
everything.
him from putting something in his mouth.
Okay. Somehow the podcast always gets to this point.
Yeah, I feel like that's the
Yeah.
perfect time to sign off.
Yeah. Anyways, so
All right, man.
you want to go ahead and throw in the last plug, or anyone got anything else? That is the rest of the news for today. And we'll talk about-
Patreon.com/thechampofmedium.
Ryan was gonna say something.
No.
Oh,
That's
personal
not
commercials.
it.
Is that
Patreon.com/ Wait, what's our the
No,
Gaijin guys?
Ryan was gonna say
What's
something.
this podcast called again?
Patreon.com/Ray Potter. Patreon.com/Ryan Mayer. Patreon.com/DycoDeck.
There you
Ryan,
go.
what are you
Covered
gonna
all the
say
bases.
before we close this
Patreon
up?
all the things, and we'll be happy.
Ryan was about to say something.
In the chat,
Yeah, there's just a comment missed earlier. Shannon was having trouble posting in the comments, and she just wanted to say the benefit of the reaction videos, how it helps even if you don't initially like a song or a band, we can give a respectful perspective that might make you want to give another listen. So that's just I've had that from other bands too, where something I wasn't like, even like Love Bites. I've had done my reactions and heard from other people, and they've given me a different perspective. So it kind of works both ways if you're a reactor that listens to the people that watch your videos.
100%.
So another thing too, the top 10 charts, guys, they'll come back next week. We're trying a new thing with it. So thank you for the suggestions, by the way, for the top 10. They'll come back next week. I'm just trying a new method where we have like a rotating week. So I didn't get it done in time. Somebody sent me some ideas in Discord. I can't remember who it was. I apologize. But I should have it ready for next week for sure. And so it'll be more of a rotating thing. And
Hard Bros, yes, the YouTube members get they get the extended podcast of this podcast. So every week we continue to talk after we end it for YouTube, and the YouTube memberships get that, as well as the patrons get that.
Yeah, what he
that's
said.
the best part, the extra stuff.
Yeah, and there's already 2 episodes already up on YouTube. So, and then I'm going to be posting some extra videos for you all, like just little mini lessons and stuff just for all the people that are on YouTube. It'll go on Patreon also. If you can't get on Patreon, I'll be putting them up for that. All right, guys?
And by the way, so there was no poll that went up last week. That was my fault. I dropped the ball on that one. But just so you guys know, if you're curious, it's going to be an all baby metal poll. This next one. So if you want to vote in that and see your reactions to baby metal stuff, that's going to be on our Patreon this week.
Cool.
Paul,
Sweet, can't wait.
Oh, and happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. Yeah.
Thank you. And yes. Happy
Okay.
Father's Day.
See you.
Bye.
All right, we're going to talk about our reactions
See
that
you,
we
man.
did.
Take it easy.
Bye.
So